Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this recording. The session that I have for you today is called AgentForce Beyond CRM. Simplifying PTO requests with AgentForce. So AgentForce, you've heard a lot about it, hopefully, and that's why you're watching this video, and how amazing it can help you with your sales and your cases. But I want to think, okay, what about something else that is not CRM at all? That's what I'm calling Beyond CRM. And the use case that I decided to do, just because it's common and it's fun, I guess, is requesting PTO, paid time off, vacations, holidays, not working time. Okay, so how can we simplify the process of requesting PTO with AgentForce? And before I go any further, I do want to sincerely thank you for taking the time to watch this session. Like I said before, I'm recording it just in my personal time because I really enjoy helping people learn about Salesforce stuff. And thank you for being here watching about AgentForce today. Hopefully it will be very, very valuable for you. My name is El Andres Perez. I go in social media by El Toro IT. I work in Salesforce. I live in Canada, in Toronto, not the first state. I have a YouTube channel where I'm storing this video and some other videos before, and I also blog a lot more on Medium, eltoro.it. I've been with Salesforce with 16 years. Winter 09 was the very, very first release of Salesforce that I work with. And throughout the years, I've collected a series of Salesforce certifications. Let's talk about the current solutions for requesting PTO time. What do all these options have in common? All of them have one thing in common. They have complex UIs. And I'm sure that you do fill out PTO request forms sometimes. But is that on your job description? Would you put that in the resume? Completed 73 PTO request forms? Probably not. Because filling PTO requests are not the job. That's not what you were hired to do. But your manager and the company overall expects proper data. Because it's by government, you're allowed to take some time, and they're required to give it to you. And if you don't show up one day and they start looking for you, it's like, oh, I forgot to put PTO. No, that's actually not quite all right. Now, how frequently do you fill these forms out? Monthly? Quarterly? Once in a blue moon? Do you actually remember how to do it? Or do you actually have to do like me and go into the internet and look for a Google search, Google time off and leave of absence, and show me some videos so I can remember how it's done? Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at one of those videos. Yeah, enough forms. We don't want that. We want a simpler way. God, so difficult. So frustrating, just like this fellow here, which was drawn by ChatGPT. So without AgentForce, we have to fill complex forms. There's a lot of multiple steps. And eventually you're going to have to probably edit those calendars manually. But with AgentForce, we have a natural language, English, or Spanish, or French, or whatever language you speak. But rather than filling out forms, why don't you just say, okay, I want to take PTO. Just like I will show you how we're going to do that on demo. And this is going to be automated. AgentForce is going to be doing all the processing for you. You just have to ask. Be nice, though. And all of that is because there's one thing that I've been thinking of, is that AI is the new UI. And I have blogged about this. I have an article that goes a little bit into details and explanations that the fact that AI is non-deterministic is not really for business logic, but it's great for replacing new UIs. So the solution that I've built, and the one that I want to demo for you today, is basically built on several components. Okay, so we have AgentForce. This is the new UI. AI is the new UI. That UI makes calls to the back end. In one option, we have Apex, which you can call RAG. But Apex also calls the Google Calendar API. And I built a Heroku app, which interacts. It's kind of a middleware between Apex and Google Calendar API. So when we talk about RAG, I created the Human Resources Department Policy Guide. Actually, I did not create this. I asked ChatGPT to create it for me. And you'll see a few things in here. We have compensation and benefits, which says that we have health insurance and whatever. There's also a clause for working from home. Of course, now everybody wants to work from home, so what's the policy on that? And for what we are interested, it's pay time off, which it basically gives you a specific number of days depending on how much time you have worked with the company. All right, so in production, I have an agent which calls a prompt template that helps me answer a few questions. All right, so now let's go with the demo and let's see what it says here. Sure, I can help you with that. Could you please provide your email address? Oh, of course, I can do that. So then I'm going to enter my email address. Now, I could enter anybody else's email address. Somebody else could enter my email address and get me into trouble. So there has to be a better way to actually identify the user. And it just came back with a response. Let's see what it says. I have sent a one-time password OTP to your email. Can you please provide the OTP you received? Oh, so one-time password. So it's going to know that it's actually my email and I entered correctly and I didn't enter somebody else's, because it's going to send me an email with a randomly generated number. Now, I'm asking explicitly the agent not to display this to the customer, otherwise it wouldn't be very safe. So it generated a number, 982, and then I need to enter the 3 digits number, 982. We see that it sends both my number and its number, and that's a valid number. So it gives us the response. All right, great. Your OTP has been validated successfully. How would you like to manage your PTO requests? Just like I show you on the slides that we go through RAG, I want to see if I'm able to get the request done from there. So the question is, how many PTO days can I take this year? Now it's analyzing that. Remember, this is built on a Scratch org. Scratch orgs don't have data cloud, but production does. So what I did was this action calls Apex. Apex calls a prompt template on production. Production calls RAG, gets the answer, get the answer back. So one thing that it does is that it sends the employment date. This is a field, a custom field that I have on my user record. Which user? The one we identify here with a parasite Salesforce. And then it says, based on the provided dates, the employee, blah, blah, blah. This is the output. Let's make this a little bit bigger. This is the output of the prompt template that was invoked through Apex. And with that, we should be able to say, okay, you're entitled to 10.6 days this year. Let's type that in there. I'm not really typing, but some shortcuts. I want to request, because I'm horrible at typing, I want to request 3 PTO days starting this Monday. So let's ask that question and let's wait for it to give us a result back, which notice it sends that number that we just talked about before. In the previous answer, I had 10.6 days. So now it's actually doing that. I want to start on the 17th, which is this Monday. This is me, validated through OTP, and email address, and I'm requesting for 3 days. Let's switch and see that in Google's calendar, we actually see that those dates were actually requested. All right, let's go back to the agent. I need to request 2.5 hours of PTO for this Friday, started at 11 a.m. So let's ask that. In the meantime, we can collapse this. I like to work with this collapsed, as I mentioned before. So anything that I see is because of what just happened. It's for 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m., because it's for 2.5 hours. Let's go back into Google Calendar. Let's see that actually that request was actually created. It's beautiful for Friday. Fantastic. So now we can go back to the agent. I want to request 3 more PTO days starting a week from Monday. Oh, there's an error. Request has been denied. Oh gosh. This request exceeds the amount of hours you are entitled to request per year. You have taken 9.3 days. This next utterance. Show me the list of PTO requests I have made this year. It's sending the same JSON into a prompt template, and the prompt will actually format it for us in a very nicely fashion. And we can see indeed that we get a nicely format, and that's through the help of a prompt template. And we see the 3 days that we requested. That's fine. And oops, hold on. And the 2 hours. So it's because I already had requested some before I did the demo. All right. So can you move it to this Monday? All right. I want to move that one, the one for Friday, into Monday. It looks like there's already a PTO request for this Monday. Oh yeah, of course, I have 3 days requested. So I think I may not even need, I cannot double book PTO requests. I think I'm gonna have to go to a doctor appointment on my time off that I already had. So in that case, well, then, oops, wrong code. Well, in that case, just delete it. All right, so let's collapse all of that. Let's see if it is able to delete it. Actually, it looks like it is. And to confirm that, we can actually ask for the utterance that I have for show the list of events this year. And we had a list with the 2.5 hours that should have been deleted. Let's see how the data is now listed and formatted with the help of the prompt builder. Let's collapse this while we wait. And we can see that indeed the prompt template formats the data correctly, and there's no PTO for 2.5 hours. I think that's enough. I've shown you a few things how the AI can actually, I don't have to learn any forms. I don't have to learn wizard interfaces, UIs, forms, pickle. I don't have to learn any of that. I just type whatever I want to type. That is going to be really, really cool. Building agents versus programming. How is it different? Okay. And more importantly, what did I learn and what I can teach you and what you should learn from this demo or from this new way of building agentic development. All right. And with that, I want to thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Leave me comments. Tell me what you want to learn. Give me feedback. Like I said at the beginning of this session, I'm doing this on my free will and time. So please consider buying me a virtual cup of coffee. That would be very much appreciated. And I hope to see you next time.